okay, I just realized I forgot to add the French version. So the French version is not that difficult. Again, here's a seventh. How about we do this one? There's a seventh. This is seventh. Add the tonic, which is D, and I know it's D is the tonic because this is going to resolve this way, and that note is the 5 of the scale. So that's, and then I put the tonic there. The German is with the minor third, turning it into what looks like and sounds like a dominant 7th chord, but doesn't act like one. Now, the French version of this chord is a dominant 7th flat 5. So if this were B, D, F, and A flat, the F is the 5th. Resolve it down to the 2nd scale degree, 1 semitone down, it becomes like a dominant 7 flat 5. Now, the advantage of that is that since this is already a diminished 5th, then it becomes a perfect 5th. It's not parallel 5ths. If I went directly from the German to the 5 chord, I have those parallel 5ths. But if I've already made this E, I don't have them. So I mean, it can also, it could do all these things. The French is flexible. The French can go directly to the 5/7. It can go to cadential 6/4 in major or in minor. And the fact is that augmented 6th chords appear in both major and in minor keys. There's, it's nothing that can't occur somewhere else. The augmented 6th chord, generally speaking, is not an applied chord. I just thought of that. Don't want you to think that you need to look for that anywhere. It's not an applied chord. It only happens on the 5th scale degree. Let's do a couple of more. There's there's a minor 7th, which we could interpret as an augmented 6th, and it would resolve to G minor, because the D is the 5th scale degree of G. It could be G minor or G major. And if I make it the French, I take what is kind of sitting in the place of the 5th of the Sol, Ti, Re, Fa, which was an E flat dominant 7th chord. The 5th is flatted, and then you resolve it. And because, as I just said, because you've already got this down to the 5th of the next chord, you can go directly to the 5 chord. You don't have to do cadential 6/4. Here's another French chord. How about in this key? How about in this key? It does seem to fit a little better with the minor mode. In fact, the augmented 6th chords in general are a little more common in the minor mode because the flat 6th scale degree is already there. And I think I mentioned this once before, that if I went, let's say, from, if I'm in the key of D minor, I went from a 1 chord to a 4 chord, now to a 4/6. What that is Fa goes to Sol and Re goes to Sol. That's the so-called Phrygian cadence, 4/6 going to 5. All I have to do what I did was I took the G minor chord in first inversion and took the G up to G sharp. Now it's an augmented 6th chord. Okay, so practice all of those.